Okay, I think we can begin. Saan na yung live? Bakit? Okay, so we have 23 participants in the room. So again, may I ask you, can you see the whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Nicole?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. So last meeting, we had an introduction to descriptive statistics. And I told you that we will be studying measures of central tendency and measures of standard deviation, or measures of deviation, spread, or dispersion. I already explained to the class what is the meaning of a measure of central tendency, and of course, measure of spread and measure of dispersion. Just to validate, did I do that last meeting or did I do it in the other classes?
Other classes.
Other class? So hindi pa ako nag-start sa inyo in the introduction to statistics? Are you sure? Hello? Did I start or not? Anyone? Did I or not? Anyone from the class? John Mark, Rabe, yeah. Did I start discussing an introduction to statistics beforehand? Mark J?
Just a brief discussion po, sir.
Just a brief discussion, but I did start with the measures of central tendency and dispersion. Hindi rin. Okay, anyway.
Hindi po.
Okay, so let us begin with measures of central tendency. As I have mentioned, descriptive statistics people is a branch of statistics that deals with collecting, describing, and analyzing set of data. In other words, the role or the function of descriptive statistics is to only describe the data, to look into what kind of data we are dealing with. Halimbawa, if you're asking questions like, what is the performance of the students in mathematics or in music or in arts, and you want a single value that could describe the performance of our students in that particular discipline, that we want to have, or we want to measure a value, or we want to have a value that could do that. And those values are under the branch of descriptive statistics. So basically, if you want to describe a set of data or a certain group of people, and there is no comparison or relationship questions involved in the question, then you are dealing with descriptive statistics. And two of the measures of descriptive statistics is measure of central tendency and measure of dispersion. And this afternoon, we will be discussing measure of central tendency. Okay, measure of central tendency. So measure of central tendency is simply a single value. Okay, it's a single value that could describe a characteristic of a group. Okay, of a group or by a set of respondents. So take note, sabi ko nga, it's a single value. So it's one value that could be used in order to describe a certain characteristic of a group. Say, for example, if if these are your grades in the first semester, okay, for the first semester, and this is subject A, subject B, subject C, subject D, and subject E. Subject B is 91. Your grade in subject C is 92, 90, and again 91. So, if you will be asked, anong performance mo nung first semester, hindi mo pwedeng isagot lahat ng grades mo sa subject A hanggang subject E na isa-isa. But you can actually have one value that could describe your overall performance during the first semester. And that is what we mean by the measure of central tendency. Ito'y isang value na pwede makapagsabi kung ano nga ba o kung anong description ng isang characteristic ng isang grupo or one set of data. Take note that there are three types of measures of central tendency. We have the mean, we have the median, and we have the mode. Okay? The mean, the median, and the mode. The mean is symbolized as X bar. We have a bar on top of letter X. The median is symbolized by X with a wave line on top of it. Okay? And the mode is symbolized by an X with a triangle-like shape on top of letter X. So this is the mean, this is the median, and this is the mode. So what is the mean? The mean is simply the arithmetic average. Okay? The arithmetic average of the values. So meaning, ito yung ginagawa natin pag tayo ay nag-a-average ng grado natin per semester. Halimbawa, you get the average of these values. It's simply the summation of your X over the number of values. Pag nakita nyo ang symbol na ito, okay, ang tawag natin dyan ay epsilon. Okay? Ibig sabihin yan ay sum of the values of X. So, halimbawa, kung ang excess natin ay 90 hanggang 91, you just simply add those together divided by how many are they in the data, and that will be resulting to your mean or the arithmetic average. So in this case, X bar is equal to 90 plus 91 plus 92 plus 90 plus 91 is equal to what? 454. Tama ba ako? Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
All over, how many values are there? 5. And this will result into 90.8, if I'm not mistaken. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Tama? 90.8. So this is the mean. This is the value, 90.8. And 90.8, ladies and gentlemen, is now the single value that could actually describe your overall performance in the first semester. Okay? Naintindihan nyo? So pag tinanong ka halimbawa, anong performance mo, anong academic performance mo nung first sem, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin dun sa nagtanong na 90, 91, 92, 19, 91. Paano kung 10 yung grade mo? Ibig mo sabihin, ibibigay mo, sasabihin mo sa kanya yung 10 grado mo? No, you cannot do that. So there is one single value that you can tell to that someone who is asking about your performance during the first semester. And that is what we call the mean. It's the average of all your grades during the first semester. That's what we call the mean. Mean is simply the arithmetic average. Okay? Median, on the other hand, people, is the middle value. Kaya nga siya tinawag na median. Median is the middle value. Pag sinabing middle, gitna. Ano yung nasa gitnang value ng lahat ng data natin? But make sure that when you identify the median, people, your data must be arranged from lowest to highest or from highest to lowest. So you must arrange your values from highest to lowest or from lowest to highest when you are identifying the median. Okay? So it's the middle value. In this case, kailangan muna natin i-arrange yung grade mo from highest to lowest or from lowest to highest. So let's arrange it. You start with 90. Okay? You start with 90, and then 90, and then another 90, and then 91, and then 91, and then 92. Now, looking at this data set, what is the middle value? What is the middle value?
Sir, 91.
91. Why? Because there are 5 values here. So the third value will be your median. Okay? So median is simply your middle value. So if you are asked by your teacher, what is the measure of central tendency in terms of median? Your answer would be 91. Naintindihan nyo? Yes or no?
Yes,
What
sir.
if
Yeah.
add po?
Okay. Now, let's go to the mode. The mode, people, is the most frequent value. Okay? It is the most frequent value. Ang ibig sabihin nun, yung pinaka na uulit na value. Okay? Most frequent, yung pinaka lumalabas na value, yung pinaka nauulit na value. Okay? In this case, these are your data set. Okay? What is the most frequent value among these 5 values? Anyone?
90 and 91, sir.
90 and 91. Bakit? Kasi ilang beses bang naulit ang 90?
Dalawang beses.
Dalawa. How about 91?
Dalawa din.
Oh,
Same lang po, dalawang beses.
paano halimbawa kung yung 92 natin nagawang 91, ano ngayon ang mode mo?
91, sir.
91. Kasi mas
91.
marami ngayon yung 91. So, yun ang ibig sabihin ng mode. Okay? So, kung tatanungin ko ngayon, anong performance mo based on the mode, you will be answering 90 or 91. Pero hindi magandang sagot yun. Okay? Ano ba talaga ang performance mo? That is the limitation, people, of the mode. Okay? That is the limitation of the mode. The mode is not definite. Okay? Ibig sabihin, pwedeng dalawa, pwedeng tatlo, pwedeng isa ang mode. Okay? Kaya nga, meron tayong tinatawag na unimodal. We have what we call unimodal. Meron tayong tinatawag na bimodal. Meron din tayong tinatawag na multimodal. Pag sinabi nating unimodal, ilang mode ang inaasahan natin? Ano
Isa.
ba ibig sabihin ng uni?
Oh.
1, di ba?
Isa.
Pag bimodal,
Dalawa.
dalawa. Pag multimodal, more than 2.
or more.
Oh. In this case, yung data natin kanina, ano ito? 92 to kanina, no? Oh. What type of data are we dealing with? Uni, bi, or multimodal?
Bimodal.
Bimodal. Kasi nga, dalawa yung modes natin. Okay? So, yun yung introduction natin sa mean, median, and mode. So, mean is simply the arithmetic average of our set of values. I-add lang natin sila together, divided by how many of them there are, that will be your mean. The median, on the other hand, is the middle value. And the mode is the most frequent value. Ang tawag natin sa dataset na ito, people, okay, ang tawag natin dyan, sa dataset na yan, ang tawag dyan ay ungrouped data. Okay, bakit siya tinawag na ungrouped? Kasi nga, hindi siya nagrupo. We are dealing with individual data. Mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo kung ano ba ang itsura ng tinatawag nating group data. But in this case, this is what we call a ungrouped data. Okay, mamaya, pwede nyo tanungin, Sir, paano kung hindi equal or hindi add yung number of values natin? Halimbawa, okay? Kung ang dataset natin, scores of students, health, PE scores. Halimbawa, kung ito yung data natin, no? Student A, student B, student C, D, E, F, G, and H. In a over 100 item na test. Halimbawa, over 100 items, no? Let's say ang score ni A ay 75. Okay? Si B ay 60. 25 ulit. 80. Okay. Okay. Look, paano kung ito yung dataset natin, no? This is 75. Yan. 75, 60, 75, 80, 82, 75, 95, and 97. Let us identify the mean, the median, and the mode. Ulitin ko, anong tawag sa data na to? Ang tawag natin dyan ay ungrouped data. Okay? So, do it first and let's see if your answers are correct. Please identify the mean, the median, and the mode. I'll give you 5 minutes to do it on your notes. Once you're done, you can chat your answers in the screen. In the chat box, I should say.
Lagay mo na kami ginagawa. Lagay mo ko. Sobrang sayang-sayang mo.
Okay
Wala
na?
na.
Hello?
Ginamit ko na, oh.
Ano yung ginamit mo?
Wala na nga. Ginamit ko na nga, eh.
Ano yun? Okay. Let's look. The answers are, sabi ni Winnie, 79.88, 80 and 75. Ni John is 80 and 75. Okay, let's see. So what is the mean?
79.88, sir.
May calculators kayong mga hinahawakan ngayon?
Meron,
Yes.
sir.
Is it exactly 79.88?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I trust your calculators, ha? Hindi ko na kayo, ano eh.
Ay, ano po,
What about the median?
79.875. To be exact.
875. Okay. Of course, for the median, you have to arrange them from lowest to highest. So let's begin with 75. 70.
Yes, sir. Ay, hindi pala.
75. Ay, 60, sorry.
Ay, tama.
60. Then 75. Then 75.
75.
What's next one?
75 ulit.
75.
75.
Tatlong
And then
75. 80.
82.
82.
95.
95. 97.
95. And then
97.
97. Okay. So, okay, ito yung sinasabi natin when there are even number of values. So when there are even number of values, you select the most middle values. Dalawa, di ba? And then you have to divide them by 2. So in this case, 75 plus 80 all over 2. Yung it will be, what's the answer to that?
77.5.
77.5. So our median is 77.5. So you do that when there are even number of values. Nagets nyo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what about the mode?
75.
75. Very good. Okay. So that's it. Those are the answers for the mean, the median, and the mode. Madali lang, di ba? Any question? Okay. Now, all right. Now, those are for ungroup data. Now, let's try for group data. Okay? For group data, it is a much harder process or computation or formula na kailangan nating malaman. Okay? So, halimbawa, I will be writing here some set of data, a set of data. You write this on your notes as well, ha? Mahirap na to. Dito kasi dali nung kanina. Okay. Can you see the data set on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
So how do we call this data? We call this as ungrouped data. However, what we're going to do now is to convert these sets of data into group data. And in order to do that, we must be able to generate what we call a frequency table. Okay? We must be able to generate a frequency table. And these are the parts of a frequency table. We get your X, okay? X or your classes, we call them class. Okay, groups or class. Okay, X. And then, the next thing is to complete the frequency column. And then after the frequency column, we must be able to identify the class boundaries. Class boundaries. The next, after the class boundaries, is the class mark or X sub M. Okay, ang tawag dito ay class mark. Ang symbol niya ay X sub M. Okay? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. After
sir.
X sub M, we must be able to get the Fx sub M. Okay, Fxm. And the cumulative frequency. Okay? Fx sub M and the cumulative frequency. So there are six parts of the frequency table that we must be able to complete. Okay? I repeat, what is the first part? The class, then the frequency, then the class boundaries, then the class mark, and then the FXM, or FXM means the product of the class mark and the frequency, and of course, the cumulative frequency. Ang tawag natin dito, cumulative frequency. Okay? Cumulative frequency. Now, so where do we begin? Okay? Listen very carefully. Where do we begin? The first thing to do first is to compute the class size. Okay? We must be able to compute for the class size. Or, ang ibig sabihin ng class size ay yung range natin from our upper limit to the lower limit. Okay? So, we compute for the class size. Ito ang symbol ng class size, CI or class interval. Okay? The formula for CI, okay, CI is equivalent to R over K, okay? R over K. Wherein, okay, K is equal to 1 plus 3.3, 1 plus 3.3 log of N. Okay? Ulitin ko, 1 plus 3.3 log of N. Sir, ano naman ang R? R, people, is what we refer to the range. Okay? And take note that the range is just equal to the difference of the highest score minus the lowest score. I repeat, range is just equal to the highest score minus the lowest score. Naintindihan? Anong ibig sabihin ulit ng class ng CI? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Class interval or class size. Okay? So let's try to compute for the class size of this set of data. So, ilang values ang nakikita nyo dito sa ating screen? Ilan?
40, sir.
40. 40 now is equal to our N. So, N is equal to 40. N is simply how many values do we have, or how many respondents, or how many students do we have. Okay? So, let us compute for the CI. But before we can compute for the CI, let's compute for the R, and let's compute for the K first. So, what is R? R is highest score minus lowest score. What's the highest score here? What's the highest score?
50.
50.
50.
What is the lowest score? What is the lowest score?
15.
What is the lowest score?
15 po.
15. Okay. So R is equal to 50 minus 15, which is equal now to what?
35 po.
35.
35.
All right. Let's compute now for the K. K is equal to 1 plus 3.3 log of what's our N? What's our N?
40, sir.
40.
40, sir.
Okay, calculate that in your calculator, please. What's the answer in your calculator? Thank you, ma'am. Ikaw pa talaga nagbigay. What's your answer? Oy, may hawak ba kayong calculator o wala?
6.29, sir.
Okay, nakuha niyo rin ba yung sagot na yon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 6.29. Ngayon, ayaw natin ng K na may decimal point. What we do is convert this to whole number. So if you convert this to whole number, what will be the answer?
6.
6. Very good. Okay. Now, we now compute for the CI, which is, what's our range?
40.
40.
35,
Range.
sir.
Diba? R over K. What's our range?
35.
35 divided by 6. Anong sagot?
5.83.
Okay, 5.83. In this case, ayaw din natin ng decimal point na CI. We have to convert this into whole number, and that would be equal to 6. 6, very good. So this is now our class interval. So we can now begin writing our class. Okay, we go back to the frequency table, and we now start writing our class. Now, how do we write our class? You begin with the lowest score. What is the lowest score?
15.
15. And start counting 6 values after or including 15. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ilan ang nabilang nating values? Hanggang 20. Ilang values yan?
5, sir.
Ha?
5 po.
Anong 5? Including
6, sir.
15, ah?
6.
Including 15. Ano sagot? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, yun yung ating first class. 15 to 20. Naintindihan nyo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, next. What's the next class after that? You begin with 21 now. Bilang ka ulit ng 6. 21, 22, 23, 24, isa lang. 25, 26, 27. Pupunta ba ako 27?
26 lang.
26
Oh,
lang.
sir, 26.
Okay, what's the next group? Okay, go. Go. What's the next
27.
group? 27 to?
32, sir.
32.
Very good. What else?
32.
What's the next group?
Tama.
32, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
27.
30 to 37.
Ano?
27. 30, ayan, 30.
30,
4, 5, 6, 7,
33 to 38.
33
33 to 39.
to 38. Next.
39 to 44.
Okay. Walang hotspots. For a while lang, ha? Ano sagot?
39 to 44.
39 to 44.
And then, 45 to
To 50, sir.
50. Hindi ka pwede mag-51. Bakit hindi ka pwede mag-51? Kasi ang highest score ay
50, sir.
50. Naintindihan nyo?
Yes po.
Yes, very good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in the classes, ang tawag natin sa lowest score ay lower limit. Okay? Ulitin ko, ang tawag natin dito ay lower limit, ang tawag natin dito ay upper limit. So, in the first class, ano yung lower limit natin? Anong value yung lower limit?
5.
Anong 5? 15.
Yes, sir.
15, sir.
Okay, what is the upper limit? What's the upper limit?
20, sir.
Okay, what about in the third class? What's the lower limit?
27.
What is the
7.
upper limit?
32.
Okay, very good. Now, let's start with the frequency. Frequency is simply ilang values ang 15 to 20 dun sa ating set of data. So, bilangin natin. 15 to 20, ha? Kasama ba si 17?
Yes, sir.
Yes, di ba? So, 1, 1,
Yung 18, 19.
19, sir.
2,
4.
1, 2, 3,
3,
Ay.
4, 5. So, 5. Tama ba?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
Yes,
now,
sir.
on your notes, do the same thing from the second class to the last class. Go. I'll give you 5 minutes to do that. Chat your answers in the chat box, okay? Are you done? Can you confirm the work of Rabi? Who has the same answer? Mm-hmm. Okay. Assuming that the work of Rabi is correct. So it's 5, 9, 4, 10, 4, 8. Did you get the same thing? Parehas ba yung nakuha nyo? So when you total this should equal this should be equal to 40. Tama ba?
Yes, sir. 44.
Okay, good. Okay, next. We now get the class boundaries. The class boundary is composed of the lower boundary, and the upper boundary. To get that, you simply subtract 0.5 from the lower limit of that class and add 0.5 to the upper limit of that class. So, halimbawa, for the first class, what's our lower limit? What's the lower limit in the first class?
15.
15. You subtract 0.5 there, and it will become 14.5. And of course, the upper boundary will be added to 0.5. So it becomes 20.5. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what
Yes,
about for the second class? What's 21 minus 0.5?
20.
20.5.
20.5.
Okay, 20.5.
5.
Then
26.5.
26.5.
26.5. Okay, then this becomes 26.5 and then 32.5. This is 33.5,
32.
32.5. And this is 38.5. This is 38.5 and this is 44.5. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
44.5.
Yes, sir.
And this is 50.5.
5.
Okay. Next, the class mark is the midpoint between the lower boundary and the upper boundary. Okay, I'll erase this part now. Okay, I repeat, the class mark or x sub m is just equal to the upper boundary plus lower boundary all over 2. Okay, so how do we do that? We just add 14 or 20.5 plus 14.5 divided by 2, which is equal to, what's the answer?
17.5.
17.5. Can you do that in the rest of the classes of the class boundaries, I should say? Compute for the class mark of all the class boundaries. So this is 23.5. 5. This is 29.5. Are you getting the same answer? This is
Yes.
35.5. This is 41.5. And of course, this is 47.5. Okay na? So, tandaan, this is our formula for XM. Any question? Now, let's compute for the FXM. So FXM is simply frequency times the class mark. Okay? So frequency times the class mark. So in this case, what is our FXM for the first class? Okay? So what is the frequency of the first class?
5, sir.
And what is the class mark of the first class?
17.5, sir.
So you just multiply 17.5 to 5 and it becomes the answer.
87.5, sir.
What?
87 point.
27 point. What again?
87.5.
87.5. Okay, let's do that in the rest for the rest of the classes. Do it for the rest of the classes and then chat it in the chat box. Or you just have to answer na lang the question. What's the product of the class mark and the frequency in the second class? $211.5.
11.
211.5.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
211.5.
11.5.
What about third class?
118, sir.
118.
118, sir.
118. What about the fourth class?
355.
355.
What about the fifth class?
166, sir.
What about the last class?
Yes, sir. 380 po.
What?
380 po.
380, sir.
Okay. The next thing to do is you have to add them together. That is now equivalent to the summation of FXM. And that is equal to? Yung sagot?
1,318, sir.
1,318.
118.
Very good. Okay, lastly, we now complete the cumulative frequency. And take note, the cumulative frequency is simply the addition of the frequency. So you begin with the lowest frequency of the first class. What's the frequency of the first class?
5, sir.
5. What is the frequency of the second class?
9, sir.
9.
So you add them together, 5 plus 9 equals,
14.
so that becomes 14.
14.
14 plus 4 equals
18, sir.
18.
18. 18 plus 10 equals,
28.
very good. And 28 plus 4 equals
32.
32, sir.
32. And 32 plus 8 equals
40.
40. There you go, our cumulative frequency. So this is now the complete frequency table. Oh, any question?
None so far, sir.
None so far. So let us now compute for the mean, the median, and the mode for our group data. So ito na ang itsura ng tinatawag nating group data. Okay, yan na yung ating frequency table. O, naintindihan nyo? Now, the formula for the mean of a group data is equal to the summation of fxm over n. Okay? So, ano yung value natin ng fxm natin?
1,
1,
1,
3, 18. Ano yung n natin?
40.
40. And what's 1, 3, 18 divided by 40?
32.5, sir.
Ano?
32.95.
32 point?
95.
What is the correct, what is the exact answer?
33, sir.
No. What is the, is it?
32.95, sir.
Okay, 32.95. Remember that you have to express your answers in 2 decimal places, okay? So, 32.95. Any question? Any question? Any question?
None so far, sir.
None. Okay. Now, let's compute now for the median. The median, people, is equivalent to the lower boundary plus, ito medyo mahirap ito listen very carefully, n over 2 minus CFP all over FM times the class interval. Okay? Sir, ano bang ibig sabihin ng LB? Ang ibig sabihin ng LB, people, LB is the lower boundary of the median class. Okay? LB is the lower boundary of the median class, or we know as MC. Okay? MC. Okay? Ulitin ko, it's the lower boundary of the median class. All right? Look, how do we identify the median class? The median class is identified by looking at the category containing a category, or the class containing n over 2. Okay, containing n over 2. Okay, n over 2. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Ano ba yung n natin?
40.
40. So, 40 divided by 2 equals?
20, sir.
20. So, saan sa classes meron si 20? Okay? Nasaan ang 20? So, nasa 5 ba si 20? Ang
Yes, sir.
basis natin ay yung cumulative frequency. Nasa 5 ba si 20?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No. Ang ibig kong sabihin, nasaan si 20 na pinakagitnang value. Okay? 20. Hindi yung 20 na data. Okay? Hindi yung 20 na data na 15 to 20. No, we don't refer to that. We refer to the 20th value. Okay? Since arrange tayo from highest to lowest, hanapin natin kung saan ang location ni 20th value. Si 20th value ba ay nandito sa first class?
No, sir.
14. Nasa 14th class ba siya? Ulitin natin Yung 5 dito nagsasabi na yung 5 respondents ito, di ba? 5 na students natin, di ba? Ang ibig sabihin nun, ang nakakuha ng 15 to 20 ay 5. Ang nakakuha ng 21 to 26 ay 9. Naintindihan niyo ba yung sinasabi ko? Pag in-add mo yung dalawa, 14. 5 plus 9 is 14. So, where is now the 20th respondent? The 20th respondent, when the student scores are arranged from highest to lowest, is in the what? It's in the 22.
28.
28. So, ang tawag natin dito, we call this now the median class. Okay, this is our median class. Naintindihan? Bakit? Kasi yung 20 ay nasa kanya. Yung 20 ba na kay 5?
Wala, sir.
Sa 40 nandun ba?
Hindi, sir.
Sa 80 nandun ba?
Hindi rin, sir.
O, sa 28 siya, di ba?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Kasi si 19 hanggang kay 28 ay na kay 28. Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Nakuha?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very good. So we now start evaluating our median of the group data. So, X is equal to lower boundary of the median class. What is the lower boundary of the median class?
0.5.
Ano? What is the lower boundary of the median class? Andito na sa table natin eh.
32.5.
32.5. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Naiintindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
32.5. Now, what is N again?
40.
40 over
2.
2 minus CFP people. I repeat, CFP is the cumulative frequency before MC or before the median class. Okay, before MC. Okay, what is the cumulative frequency before the median class?
18.
18, very good. All right. And FM people is equivalent to the frequency of the median class. So again, FM is the frequency of the median class, the frequency of MC. What is the frequency of MC?
10.
10, very good. And what is our class interval again? CI? Ano yung CI natin ulit?
Wait lang.
What's our CI? Di ba we computed for that already?
17.5, sir.
Ay, nako. What is our CI?
6, sir.
6.
Ay, 6 pala.
6.
Oh, we now compute. 32.5. What is 40 divided by 2?
20.
20.
Minus 18.
2.
2.
2. So that's 2 over 10
10.
times 6. Oh. I take note ha, plus pala ito, 32.5 plus. So what is 2 over 10? What's 2 over 10? 0.
0.2.
2 times 6.
1.2.
1.2.
1.2 plus 32.5.
33.7.
33.7. And that is now the answer to our median. Oh, naintindihan? Screenshot nyo, buburahin ko na to. Oh, na-screenshot na ba?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Wait lang. Okay. Now, let us now compute for the mode. Can you follow? Are you following, people?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. What is the formula for the mode? The mode is equal to LB, or the lower boundary of the model class, times or plus D1 over D1 plus D2 times the class interval. Right? So, here, meron din tayong model class. Okay? Or MC. Parehas lang sila. Pero sa model class, para malaman natin ang model class is the class with the highest frequency. Okay? I repeat, model class is the class with the highest frequency. So, which of this class has the highest frequency? Oh, which of this class has the highest frequency?
Sa may 4 plus.
Fourth, sir.
Ha?
Fourth
Fourth.
po.
Ulitin ko ha, hindi magkaiba ang cumulative frequency sa frequency lang. Ang sabi natin, the model class is the class with the highest frequency. Oh, nasaan? Di ba ito yung frequency natin? O, anong class ba ang highest ang frequency?
10.
O, anong
10.
class nga yun?
Fourth.
Anong class nga yun?
Wait. Ay. Median class.
Oo nga, ito nga yung median class. Anong model class natin? Yun din, di ba? 33 to 38.
30.
So the same.
30.
Our median class is the same as our model class. Okay, pero magkaiba ang sistema para ma-identify natin ang median class sa model class. Sa median class, we divide n over 2, then we identify which class contains that value. For model class, we identify it by looking at the most highest or the highest frequency among the classes. So in this case, our model class is again 33 to 38. Okay, naintindihan? Now, what is the lower boundary of our model class? It's again 32.5 plus. Okay? Ulitin ko, lower boundary is simply the lower boundary of the model class. Okay? The model class. Now, D1 people, take note, D1 is equivalent to the difference. Okay? This is the difference between the frequency of the model class and the frequency above it. Okay, the frequency between the frequency of the model class and the one above it. The one above it. Dito naman is the difference between the frequency of the model class and the one below it. Okay? So let's compute. What is the frequency of the model class? What is the frequency of the model class?
10.
10.
Sir.
What is the frequency above the model class?
4.
4. So 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4.
6.
6. All right. Again, D1 is 6 now, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What if now the difference between the frequency of the model class and the one below it? What's the frequency of our model class?
10.
10.
Ano yung nasa baba niya?
4.
So 10 minus 4?
6.
6 ulit. Okay. What is our class interval?
6.
6. So let's evaluate now. So 32.5 plus, what is 6 plus 6?
12.
12.
So 6 over 12 times 6. Anong sagot dyan? What is 6 over 12 times 6? Anong sagot?
3.
3.
3 po, sir.
Diba? O, what is 3 plus 32.5 now?
35.5.
So it's now equal to 35.5. So this is now our mode. Oh. Naintindihan?
Yes, sir.
Nagets nyo?
Yes, sir.
That is our lesson for, those are our lessons for this afternoon. So the mean, the median, and the mode. Any question? So I'll be sending to you an assignment, and you try to do that in your home, in your homes, and send your answers later before 12 p.m. So you answer the mean, the median, and the mode of an ungroup data, of a group data, I should say. Any question?
None, sir.
None. All right. So can you please open your cameras for documentation? Open your cameras for documentation. All right. Smile. Veron, can you please screenshot? Okay, in 3, 2, 1, smile.
Sir, naka-cellphone lang po yung gamit ko, sir. Sorry
sige.
po.
Wala. Wait lang. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. All right, so that's it for this afternoon. I will see you again on Thursday. Bye-bye.